Hola chicas, welcome back to Daniel's project. Today we're talking about the second part of the ring muscle up, which is the transition. And if you haven't seen the first part, please check it out, it's somewhere up there. And yeah, let's go and start the video. So the transition is the bridge between the pulling and the pushing part in the ring muscle up. In the concentric motion, when we are pulling, we are shifting our weight actively with control over the rings. And when we're coming back down, we are actively shifting our weight back behind the rings with control. And as in part 1, there are certain prerequisites you should be able to do, and the first and the most important one is being able to do several reps of ring dips. And if you cannot do any of these, please check out my ring dip tutorial, it's somewhere up here. And in contrast to part 1 of this series, you want to set up the rings about chest height, and if you want to, you can also use chalk because this will help you with holding the force grip and making the transition a lot easier later on. In regards to strength training, I have the same relationship to chalk as a businessman has to cocaine, maybe, I don't know. Because the transition is technically a bit more difficult, we want to start with some patterning work with low intensity, so we can support ourselves with the feet, and then we're trying to move the rings around the body, holding the elbows close to the body and moving the rings from the chest to the armpits and back again. When this becomes easy, we can support ourselves less with the feet, so we are slowly releasing the feet from the floor and increasing the weight on the rings. If you have issues here, try to think of an invisible bar which is in front of you, and when you're pulling and moving the rings around the body towards your armpits, you want to think of bending over this bar and bringing your center of mass over it. This helped me a lot in my past. If you want to, you can start with eccentric ring muscle ups, so you're nearly at the finish line. But you can also take a chair or anything else and support yourself if you're feeling uncomfortable and work yourself up from there. And then we can start working on some partial reps. So you're at the top position of the chin up, then you're doing the transition and pushing yourself into the support position, which you already know from the ring dip tutorial. And I think then you're ready to do the full ring muscle up. Congratulations, you made it. And if you still have issues here, you can support yourself by putting a box or a chair underneath your feet and support yourself a little. Let's talk about some common mistakes as in part 1 of this series. So if you're noticing, and please be honest with yourself, that you're falling into the lowest dip position and you cannot really control the transition, move a step backwards, that's totally fine, because the transition is the most crucial part of the ring muscle up and you really want to work on quality here. 2 mistakes that often appear together are flaring out with the elbows, and second, not holding the rings too close to the body, more like this. What this does, it makes the transition a lot harder because you need a lot more strength. So you really want to work close to the body with the rings and holding your elbows or pushing your elbows towards your torso. This will actually help you a lot and makes everything a lot easier. And then you want to avoid the one and only chicken wing muscle up. A lot of people are doing this, but first, it increases the risk of injury. Second, it is hard to get rid of the pattern when it has already solidified. And third, it looks like shit. And you don't want to look like shit. At least I don't want to look like shit. And I think you don't want to look like shit as well. So keep the quality standards high and you're good to go. And one more important note from my side, I haven't trained the ring muscle up for nearly 1 year now, I think. So please be careful in the beginning, because especially the transition will put a heavy strain on your shoulders and you can easily injure yourself. And it takes some time until your joints and your tendons are getting used to the load. And also the ring straps are bruising your forearms, so don't worry, at least they're doing it on my arms. I don't know about yours. And due to the force grip training, the skin on your wrist will get a little bit bruised. But don't worry, your body will react to this and build a callus over time, and this won't hurt as much as in the first session. And lastly, let's talk about the training structure. For the transitions with feet support, we really want to build the pattern, so we want to work with high reps and low intensity because we want to condition our shoulders and our brain and our muscles to get used to this new pattern. And then over time, you can increase intensity and reduce the reps, so eventually you're getting to the full ring muscle up, and then I think you should be happy. Yeah, that's it from my side. I hope you liked the video. The ring muscle up is such an awesome move on the gymnastics rings and will open many doors for you in the future, such as the front roll or the shoulder stand, for example. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so, like the video, share it with others, and go and get your first ring muscle up. See you guys.